Moving on, let's talk about a company that reported its earnings earlier last week and late last week rather, and that is IRCTC. We are joined by Rajini Hasija, who is the CMD of the company. Good afternoon, Hasija. Talking about your company has posted strong profits versus the loss in the same quarter last year. But if you look on a quarter-on-quarter basis, your profits are definitely lower. Could you just speak to us about that COVID wave? I'm sure that definitely had an impact on the quarter gone by. Could you share the performance highlights for the company as well?
If you ask me, especially that we belong to the hospitality industry, the COVID has really been very, very harsh to the hospitality industry as such. So we are equally affected the way others are. All our segments have shown some or other impact, except for the internet ticketing, where we consistently have been doing very well. If you compare this quarter with the quarter ended, then our results are little shaky. But if you compare with the quarter of the corresponding year, then we have done very well. Few segments which were showing losses in the very first quarter of the previous year now have ended well. For example, Railneer. In catering, where we used to, that was contributing around 45% of our revenue in the pre-COVID period. This time its contribution has gone is around 23%, and there we have earned around 56 crores, and in the Railneer we have earned around 29 crores, and top most earner which is contributing 1% of our revenue has been internet ticketing, and tourism also has contributed a bit, in spite of the fact that April and May were very bad as far as the second wave of the COVID is concerned. So
Ms. Hasija, given the fact that we're seeing the second wave is behind us, but there's a lot of uncertainty, especially going forward, because there's no clarity on the third wave. Help us understand what is the kind of outlook that you see for revenues, for margins going forward in the remaining part of the year?
With the change in the scenario, with the vaccination going up, and although the fear of the third wave is still there, and IRCTC team is all geared up to handle the situation. But I am happy to tell this particular channel that things are improving. Yes, it is improving in all the fronts. Our revenue from all the segments is now improving. Production of the Railneer has gone up. Our production capacity is much more than what we were producing during the COVID times. Now we have almost reached around 45% of our production level. And in the tourism sector, we have our first Bharat Darshan train, which has successfully completed its journey, is back with no issues at all. So, which is a very good indication sign for the industry that the mass tourism is also taking off. And our new tourism products like Char Dham Express in the deluxe segment, all is fully sold. All our packages to the Leh Ladakh.
Ms. Hasija, talking about any insights that you can see on the consumer behavior that you can actually share with us. How do you see the revenues coming in from your catering as well as ticketing revenues? How are they shaping up right now? And which are the destinations where do you see actually major ticket bookings coming in, given that we've seen the reduction in the second wave of COVID-19?
During the COVID times and after second wave, we were noticing that only the need-based travel was happening. Now there is a consistent change because people have started moving out. As just now I mentioned that tourism packages, air packages are being sold, and few packages of the hilly terrain and hilly terrain have been sold in full capacity. Ladakh package is a hit. Kerala is, as of now, is not taking off well, but Kashmir, etc., is taking off well. So the overall ticket booking is picking up. our average of the first quarter of this year was around 2.12 crores tickets in a month, and which was giving around say 2.70 passengers. So roughly.
All right, Mrs. Hasija, thank you for joining us on the show talking about the quarter gone by and the way forward for IRCTC. That was Ms. Rajini Hasija, who is the CMD of IRCTC. And